So this is a Coachman 575. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake will demonstrate to you in person here on site when you're here to collect the van. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle tie downs with your 2 tie downs here, and then you've got your gas regulator here. The caravan doesn't come with the gas pipe work that goes from the regulator to the gas bottle, but they are available here on site should you need to buy one. Coming on to the opposite side of the caravan, you have a storage locker. Obviously quite ideal if you balance the weight up on either side of the van, just so that obviously the caravan's a bit more stable. You've then got your Aldi heating and hot water flue on the side of the van. Works very much the same as a flue on the side of your house. Below that you've got your wind down legs. You've got one of these on either side of the caravan at the front to stabilise the caravan while it's in use. Obviously if you hand over, we'd only put one down just to demonstrate, just so you can see the leg down and so stabilise the van while it's here. You've then got your water pump connection in the side of the van here. You push your water pump into place, drop it down inside the aqua roll, and the aqua roll will then needs to be completely full prior to use, and you do need to make sure the pump is fully submerged in water prior to filling the water system up. I'll talk you through that once we go inside the caravan. Put a demonstration battery on for now, just to demonstrate everything is working as it should. Anytime you've got the caravan connected to mains power, you do need to make sure you've got a battery on board the van, as if not you won't have a complete circuit for the charging system on board the caravan. Mains power lead comes in from the power on site, and we always advise you connect it to the caravan before turning the power on at the power post. Motor mover and wheel nuts, we'll demonstrate the motor mover while you're here, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts so you can see they've been tightened correctly. Then we've got your 2 grey waste pipes coming out the side of the caravan. So the large diameter holes is where you put your grey waste pipe into, and they will drop down inside your waste master at the side of the caravan. Toilet flush tank takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use, and that is your toilet flush system. Obviously if it starts running dry, then you need to make sure you fill it up, because if you run it dry it will burn the pump out. In the bottom here you've got your toilet waste cassette. The orange handle pulls up so you can release it from the side of the van. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And at the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and spitter back at you. So you press that button in, when you're tipping the waste away it will just let it come out of the tank a lot easier. In this tank you need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. On the back of the caravan on either side you've got your 2 wind down legs again to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. Have a storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. 2 fridge vents, you never cover these up, you always leave them open. Obviously if you cover them up then potentially you can cause the heat to build up too much in the back of the fridge unit and it won't chill properly. Obviously with the gap with the door you're absolutely fine with that. You've then got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area. Mains power points, if you've got mains connected to the van you can have mains power coming out to your awning. And you've got a barbecue gas point also that connects to the gas system on board the van. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. Above the door, as you walk into the caravan, you have got your master power switch. So you turn the power on here before you do anything on board the van. You will need a 12 volt battery on board the van or 240 main supply. You've got your roof lights, which you can press on and off on this button just here. And then you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan on this button just here. You've then got your battery voltage, which shows you how much power you've got in the 12 volt battery on board the caravan. To the right of that you've got your Aldi heating and hot water control panel, which I'll come back to in a moment. Now to fill the water system up on board the caravan, you first of all going to need to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van. So underneath this seat you will see a hot water tank, or just down the front here should I say, see a hot water tank. And down the front of that tank you'll actually see a yellow valve. You'll see 2 yellow valves, one is for the cold side of the water system and one is for the hot side of the water system. To fill the system up you do need to make sure both of these valves are parallel with the floor. If they're upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, then when you try to fill the water system up all the water will drain onto the floor underneath the van. And for winter storage you do need to make sure you open all the taps in the central position, so that's your hot water taps etc in the central position, and also open these 2 yellow valves up so it allows all the water back out of the system. So with them 2 yellow valves parallel with the floor so we can fill the system up, you're going to open every tap up on board the caravan on the hot side of the water system. So you're going to open it up on the hot side here, and then you're going to turn your water pump on. So once the water pump's on and connected on the outside, then the water system will start filling. Once that water system is completely full, obviously at the moment we haven't got an aqua roll connected, but once that water system is completely full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on board the caravan. And at that point, you can shut all of the taps back off, and then your water system is full, and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So that's where the Aldi heating and hot water control panel comes in, above the door on the right hand side. Power on for this control panel is on the bottom left hand side, so we've got power on. Screen will load up. We'll skip the loading menus. This little symbol here tells you the heating pump is running, and this one tells you you've got mains power coming to your caravan. Then below that, you've got your current room temperature. We hit the menu button, and what we've got is at the top here, you've got your room temperature, you've got minus or plus for your room heating. Below that, you've got your hot water on when it's halfway up, and you've got hot water boost when you're showering when this bar is completely full. Below that, you've got your amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got either 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. At the moment, we're just going to run it on 3 kilowatts while it's here on site, which is the maximum power supply because we have that available. However, some campsites may not have that amount of power available, so you may need to knock it down to 1 or 2. And the only way to know this is by asking the site office when you arrive on your holiday. If you want to run your heating and hot water on gas, you can hit the gas option on the bottom left-hand side. And what it will do is, if it ignites, it will stay green, and if it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks either side of that. So that is your heating and hot water. You have got some advanced options in this control panel on this button on the right hand side at the bottom. However, for these, we do advise you read the manuals that comes with the caravan. The reason being is if I tried to explain them in the video, it'd probably take me 2 to 3 hours to complete. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. Important for keeping the beer and the wine cold. Let me just turn the fridge off and I'll turn it back on and show you how it works. So to turn the fridge on, central button, or the power button, sorry, hit the button and the fridge will come on. Now what you'll see is you've got fridge temperature at the top here. You've got your power supply coming into the fridge, and then it's just telling you it's working at the bottom. So if we hit this once, it will bring up the temperature control. As you can see, control the temperature by spinning the dial in the center. When you've got one of these lit up, you can actually spin the dial and select the next option down, so we can select different power source. So at the moment we've got it on auto, so what it will say is the first power supply that's available. You've got 12 volt for when you're towing down the road, and to select this, you'll hit the central button. All that will do is allow the fridge to work as a cool box. The next option is your gas supply. So you can hit the button here, and it will self-ignite on gas if you've got gas connected to the caravan. And once it's ignited, the fridge will just work from the gas supply solely. You've then got your 240 main supply, so you can hit the 240 mains, and then that will operate from the 240 mains on the site you're on. The bottom here, like I said, you have this got a symbol to say it is working, but you have got some advanced options here in the bottom as well for letting you know when the fridge door's open, etc. To be honest, you'll probably never use that option at all on board the van. So that is your fridge. It does open from both sides, as you can see. So depending on which side of the van you're on, you can easily grab things from there. Turn the fridge off, you just press and hold the silver button, and the fridge will turn itself back off. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. Igniter on the side as you'd expect to see. Obviously the electric ring will only work if you've got 240 mains coming into the caravan. The bed itself at the back of the van pulls out, so you can extend the bed down. Then that back part of the mattress there will drop down into the back there to allow the bed to be at full length. Coming into the bathroom, you've got your toilet system, electric flush on top of the toilet, which is very simple to use. Press the electric flush and allow the toilet to flush. Red indicator light will illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, and then below the toilet you've got your toilet waste handle, which will put to the open position to allow the waste into the toilet cassette, and then when you're not using the toilet you'll put it back in the central position. And also when you're not using the toilet seat itself will need to be in the central position. So essentially then it will allow you to remove the waste cassette from the outside of the van. If the grey flap's open, it won't allow you to, the same as if the toilet seat is turned. Shower and the sink in the bathroom all work very much like your household appliances. So that's the Coachman Kimberley 575. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.